right, this is CST239, final video project for Milestone 7. This is including all of our JUnit testing classes. So let's get into it. I'm gonna go ahead and load my storefront app, starting here. Go ahead and pull in our admin service, our thread, and our 2 client sockets. Just as a demonstration, I'm going to go ahead and go through the storefront code as it is, and then we can get into the JUnit testing runs after. So go ahead and come down to our JSON text file. We're going to have to pull it from a raw text file from the hyperlink. Just go ahead and copy this over into our storefront application code. And we've done this every week. So, okay. Copied in. Go ahead and run our storefront. As you can see on the console, we're getting some problems, which is understandable. I didn't clear out my sockets and my actual previous run. So, okay, we got a clean run here. So here's the storefront app from the user side. And we can purchase products and store them in our shopping cart inventory. If we go into our 2 different threads, we can go ahead and run our admin client servers and give us the ability to either update the inventory list from a local JSON text file or to write the current inventory list to a JSON formatted string. Cool. A lot more into why this is going to be an 8 to 10 minute video for this particular milestone would probably have a lot more to do with the fact that we've already seen all this. We know it works. However, what we need to see is what we're doing for our particular coding this week. So since we can identify that both of those things work and that our storefront is still functioning properly, updated inventory list and a string with that current inventory, which should be the full contents since we haven't removed anything prior to us writing that string. Okay, moving on. So we were instructed to write a JUnit test class for each one of our soluble product subclasses as well as the soluble product class itself. So let's go ahead and get here. I'm gonna close these guys out. It's going to be too many tabs to deal with in general. So our soluble product test, if ran, you can see successfully compiles. You can go to our armor test class, run it. As you can see, successfully compiles and tests our armor class. Health test class also runs, successfully compiles and tests our methods within our armor test class, and finally our weapon test class also successfully runs and compiles our JUnit test class. So sorry, utilizing what we learned from the activity guide this week, I was able to set up different methods that allow us to write antiquated expected results and assert equals methods that allow us to set up a way to test our different methods within the class. Some of the things I ran into in this was that I had to make sure I created private variables in order to make these different classes work, and that is for health as well as armor and soluble products as well. Moving on, I had our administrative test class. You can see it's running, compiles and tests our administrative service, and then our inventory manager test class. Compiles, runs, tested, shopping cart. And finally, our storefront. Now, if I remember correctly, I believe this one had some errors. So as something that I could go and trace down to the stack show there was an unexpected error here. I kept on getting two different values with what was expected. So for some reason, I was getting a 7 for this particular insertion and a 3 for this one. So it didn't compile right, as well as my cancel purchase and cancel all purchase methods were not giving the expected values within the assert equals method. I played around with it for a while to try and see what I could get to try and run them properly, but to be honest, I'm a bit stumped, and kind of left it up to the idea that it may be something that I would have to further pursue in debugging. But overall, all the JUnit tests I wrote for my other classes did compile and run successfully in the methods that we learned from the activity guides. So all in all, I feel like this is a successful attempt at writing JUnit tests for the different class to show that most of my code was successfully compiled and sound in its logic. Hoping this was as much as you were looking for as far as what we were trying to accomplish with our storefront application. Some things to consider as far as what I was looking forward to in the class. Potentially furthering this storefront application would be to try and compile some JavaScript and CSS HTML to try and write the front end. But those are all things that I'm doing through Codecademy, and being quite honest, between this class, work, kids, and everything else, it's tough to try and fit any extra languages into the curriculum, but it's something I'm going to look into try and tackling next. Oh, and just because I'm familiar with Reddit and all the other things that are stated there, HTML is not a language, so it's just a structural support. And CSS probably would fall in that category as well, just to be looked at as something that pretties the HTML structure up. But JavaScript is definitely a language, and I'm definitely trying to do my best to try and figure out how to get that into the tool bag. So I really did enjoy this class, and I appreciate all the instructions as far as what was guided through the online platform. I look forward to seeing what you think about this particular week, and appreciate your time. Thank you.